Are we up and running? All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would do a video for you lovely guys and gals. Let me test the volume here. Looks like it turned my volume down. Let's turn it back up, pump up the volume. All right, so I kind of woke up to something amusing this morning. I went and checked it out. It was actually kind of funny. I thought I would mention it, just because current event, right? And so I got mentioned on a podcast, and actually the guy who runs the podcast already reached out to me. We had a laugh already. So all good. But yeah, Robert Frank, who I think Robert Frank is hilarious, by the way. I've actually followed him on Facebook for years. The dude is hilarious. He mentioned me in their podcast, and he's like, who's that guy? He's like a really smart guy, had glasses, talking about powerlifting. People gave him crap, and I thought it was funny, like Jason Blaha. And it was a bit funny because Andrew like really fixated on my crotch. I think he got a little excited there. He's like, I think it's intentional. The Blaha does, a lot of like almost homoerotic stuff. He wears those little short shorts. And when he comes at the camera, when he's done with his sets, it's like his dick is right at the camera. And I think he's doing it on purpose. Andrew, you got a little excited about that, bro. It's all good though, man. I mean, here's the thing. I have my MILF audience. I have gay followers, man. It's about that fan service, And a lot of people like my crotch shots. I like my crotch shots. I would do me. Okay. I'm not even going to answer that question. I've already discussed it. I don't have any problems with Islam. So you need to just chill with that. You guys already know I've said that my opinions changed when I sat down and actually talked to Muslims about it. So no, just drop it. And I'm about to ban you if you're going to keep trolling. All right. But let's talk about the other stuff. No, I thought it was funny. Like it wasn't a bad thing at all. Andrew was a little concerned with my shorts. No, I don't hate the Delray Misfits. I just don't understand. Does that make sense, guys? I don't understand the whole point. Maybe I'll understand it a little bit better if I talk to some of them. Actually have a conversation with them. Maybe I'll understand them a little better, but I really don't get the whole thing. That's what I've said. Hey, T1000, man, get over it, dude. But let's get over it and let's talk about other stuff. We need me on the podcast. What? I don't know about that. That would be a scandal. No, I said that I literally don't understand the whole Delray Misfits thing. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not interested in coming to your mosque, though. Leave my hope. All right, I'm getting rid of you, dude. You just called me a gay. So you're gone, dude. All right. Hi, brother. It's amazing how haters are so obsessed with you. Anyway, looking great. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, you actually do the crotch shots and shorts on purpose to grow the audience. Marketing genius. Ruben, I would never do such thing. JT says, let's get fired up, bro. Fire it up. All right. I don't know much about the Delray Misfits. I don't really know much about them either. I just never checked into it. Coach, thoughts on doing rear delts with shoulders a day before a back day? Any problem with that? I mean, it's probably okay as long as they're not limiting your back work. I've done it that way. I prefer to flip it around the other way, but I've had clients do it the same way you're doing it too there. It's a matter of if the fatigue is there, but I mean, I wouldn't go crazy hard on tons and tons of rear delts if you're going to do back the next day. Limit it to a few sets on your shoulder day, and it should be fine. It should be fine. Coach, I emotionally eat every night. What should I do? I don't know how to handle that here. That's consultation level stuff to discuss your issue in relationship with food. That's not just something I can handle in a live stream, brother. Sorry. 3 sets at the rear cable. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. Oh, man, I was thirsty. Question. If it's okay, some arm wrestlers and strongmen say one can grow their wrists. Is it possible to grow the wrists? Are you talking about the bone? No, man, you're not going to grow your bone, dude. You can grow all this, right? I mean, look at mine. Now you can grow that. I don't think, what's his name, has anything on me. Frenchie with his rice bucket challenge, like Naruto. Best wishes. I don't know if he was or not. I heard some bad stuff. I don't know that those rumors are true. I don't know if those rumors are true. I heard some bad stuff. That doesn't mean it's true, by the way. Just because people say something, but I heard some bad things. And I don't know if they are true. But if they are, it's pretty bad. But people have accused me of some pretty bad stuff too. So, I mean, rumors are rumors. I don't know Robert Delray, what's he about? Robert runs like a comedy, like lifting thing to where he does his harsh voice and does pranks. There's over the top personality on Facebook. He's really jacked up. Yeah, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow the bone area. Like, look at this. My wrists are still the same size they've always been. You can't grow that. You can only grow the muscle. Do you think women get turned on or off by outrageous French accent? No, I don't think they get turned on by it at all. Robert's funny AF. I agree. T.Y. Lenny was hilarious and actually fairly intelligent on many different topics. He did have some skeletons in the closet, though, but he was open about it. Okay. The modern day Winston Churchill. All right. Yeah, the modern day. That's where the podcast was. Yeah, I mean, that was, I didn't have any issue with anything said in there. I just thought it was funny how the Andrew guy kind of was really worried about my shorts and my dick being right up in the camera. Like I said, I think he got a little excited, but I mean, I can't blame him, Jason, arm wrestlers grow their wrists after years of pronated training. No offense, the level of grip training you do. Nipple, you're not going to grow bone, though. There's not muscle tissue there to grow. Your thoughts on the I'm not a Mark Bell fan. That refers to Adam McLeod, the modern day Winston Churchill. Yeah. No, I'm actually not a Mark Bell fan, to be honest. And I'll just put it very, very politely. He got fired as a coach at Westside, and we fired him. So that says some things. And I'll leave it there. Devin Laurent grew his forearms longer and thicker on a video he confirmed. Forearms, but you're talking the bone. I'm sorry, I just don't see that. You do the crotch shots up to those lady subs. Maybe they're all guys. Well, they might be, man. You know what? I have a MILF following. I know for a fact I do because they make comments and stuff on some of my other social media. So there's some funny jokes. I do have a MILF following, a very loyal following. Wolf's Law, bones grow much slower than muscle. The bones are not going to get thicker as an adult. You guys are not going to convince me that people are getting thicker bones as an adult. Sorry. Do you endorse maybe you're still doing them? I haven't watched the training style. Do you still endorse rip toe style skull crushers or laying extensions? Yeah, I do those right now, actually. I did them on Monday. Right? I did them on Monday. How do you know? Well, Bob, because I literally have real social media accounts who are older women who clearly have 12 years of pictures in their profiles who are followers and fans. I mean, I think that kind of proves it. And sometimes they make jokes about the shorts. And they've done it for years on social media. So that's how I know. All right. First time I did those, my triceps were absolutely obliterated. It was unreal. Yeah, they hammer your triceps pretty hard. It's a legit exercise. I've heard a Wolf's Law thing, and well, look, according to some of the wrist does grow. I don't know it either way, brother, but I have seen no evidence whatsoever that bones are going to grow thicker at all. I mean, again, if you guys have some sort of actual evidence, right? Not talking adult, humans. Look, we have plenty of rodent research that doesn't apply to humans. We have plenty of cattle research that doesn't work in humans on nutrition and training and everything. Okay. So proof in humans, our species, not in a monkey, not in a chimp, not in a rat. I want to see it in humans. Have you ever tried the Flying V guitar design? I owned one. I got one when I was 13 years old. I got a used Gibson Flying V, and that's what I did most of my learning on when I was younger. So yes, I have absolutely tried it. Probably why I take to the Les Paul so much. What age will just maintaining your strength be the goal? I don't know, maybe 50, maybe 55, whatever. I know that I've got a couple more years of gains, of strength gains left, though. I know that much. So as far as when I'll know when I get there, dude. When I get to that point, I will wake up one day and have an epiphany and go, that's it. Probably not getting any stronger. Let's just maintain or try not to regress. But we're not there yet. All right. So nipple, it might be possible. I'm just saying I have not seen evidence that this is really going to be a thing. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'd like to see some scientific documentation. Yeah. I mean, some actual researchers look at it and say, hey, we found proof in humans, and here's an example. We got a case study. And I'd accept that if we had a legitimate, documented, peer-reviewed case study. Okay. Now, there could already be one. And if you guys are that adamant that you think that that's the case, I mean, feel free to send it to me and I'll look at it. And if I see that proof, I'll stand up and go, well, I guess I was wrong. You know, if I see the scientific evidence, I'm always the first person to go, you know what? I was wrong. Okay. Can you increase bone density, but diameter on the other hand is high? That's what I was trying to say. Density, we know. I've not seen evidence of the diameter, and especially not substantial. Looking lean and jack, no, but I've got carbs lower, so I'm dropping water a little. I'm recomping right now, is the goal. But yeah, we probably are looking leaner, right? Forearms are on point. You guys think? How's the forearm? How do we rate that forearm out of 10 right now? You guys want to give me a rating real quick in the comments? Forearms out of 10. Are we going to put that? 3.5 out of 10. Man, so I'm below average. All right. Does it matter if side laterals are standing or seated? Personal preference, man. The side delt is still going to always be the primary mover. Yeah, Nibble, if you want to send me over like actual case studies of that, I'll be happy to take a look at it, dude. And I mean, and I could be completely wrong. You might be right. Let me be clear. It's possible I'm completely wrong. So if you send me, an actual case study, I'll come back in another live later and go, you know what, dude? You were right and I was wrong. Cool. I'm not going to see this later. Could you send it to me on Facebook or something, or Messenger? My recomp will be forever. What do you mean, how long will it take? I've been recomping more or less for over a year straight. It's going to take what it takes. I'm not setting that. I think we should all generally be recomping most of the time. So I don't know, years. So Clarence gave me a 9.5. No, I said out of 10. Remember this? So Clarence gave me a 9.7. The one gave me a 9. All right, we're doing pretty good. So there's a little room for improvement, but definitely on point. All right, I'll take it. The phenomenon of twisted growth, urinary torsion, and dominant. Okay. Yeah, so link that to me, dude. Jason, I know you're not a fan, but have you seen what Vegan Gains Richard is up to? I have no idea. I have no clue what he is up to or doing, or if he lifts anymore. I know he and his wife got divorced. I know he's doing a lot of gay stuff on OnlyFans. That's about all I know. Main gaining is just a make-believe word. Whereas in recomposition is something of term we've been using for decades. That's the big difference. Because I don't know, do we have a definition of main gaining? It's just a word Greg Doucette made up. And I'm not willing to let him define words in the fitness world. Just like if Greg Doucette decides to call the deadlift the hippo lift, I'm not going to start calling it the hippo lift because he makes a whole series about the hippo lift. No, dude, it's called a deadlift. See how that works, Bob? Greg Doucette doesn't get to redefine standard fitness terms in lifting and nutrition terms. He doesn't get that right. He's not important enough to redefine our language. Fair? That's the point of the main gaining thing. So I don't even know. He's redefined the main gaining thing more than once, I thought. What's the thing you miss about the UK, the castles? Nibble, it's very interesting. And Jason, I like the fact that you're open to being absolutely possibly wrong, although you're confident. Yeah, of course. I mean, we have to be that way. I mean, it's a point of scientific contention there, then all right. I mean, I will freely admit, I think I'm right, but I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong. Recomping, well, I am advanced. Full natty bra, yep, just TRT bra, which is pretty much natty. Any joking aside, my full natty bra would be 125 tests a week. In theory. Who do you think is important enough to be able to redefine nomenclature? Maybe the president. I don't know. Maybe. Definitely not Greg Doucette. I don't know, man. I'm going to say a team of maybe sports nutrition scientists sit down at a big conference of 30 of them or 40 of them who have PhDs in the field, and they say, we no longer want to call this recomposition. We have chosen to name it Doucette gaining. But until then, I'm going to call this term recomposition, which means gaining muscle and losing fat concurrently. What do you think about the Strongman 5x5 and Macro Basic Barbell? I don't actually remember actually reading those. Jason, your thoughts on the condition that Ronnie Coleman's in now in a wheelchair? He says no regrets. I've made videos discussing his injury and the whole problem with it. What I don't like is how people construe Ronnie Coleman's injury to say you shouldn't lift heavy. Instead of saying, hey, you probably shouldn't use 3 grams of gear and tons of tren and lift weights hundreds and hundreds of pounds heavier with bad form more than your frame would have been able to lift on a low dose of testosterone. Okay, because there's not a valid comparison. Okay, Ronnie also used really bad form on insane, ridiculous weights, like 600-pound barbell rows. So again, this is not really the same concern for other people. And no, I don't think his condition is good, but he says he has no regrets. So if he has no regrets, he has no regrets. That's his prerogative. I just don't like people conflating it to say, see, you shouldn't lift heavy, because it wasn't just about lifting heavy. I would go over and say, you probably shouldn't do 600-pound barbell rows with bad form. Probably not a good idea. Is that fair? Like any of us are in danger of that happening. Is it okay to use machines to bodybuild and barbells? Why don't we use both for both? Hey, Testicular, why can't we use both barbells and machines for both strength and bodybuilding? I do. I do. So why can't we do it? Why is it, if you see me do it every week on camera, do you think that I think that it's okay? I think, yeah, I probably think it's okay. I mean, if it's good for me, if it's okay for me, it's probably okay for you. Yeah. I know that Jason just said I'm seeing many noobs doing it because they're afraid of bulking. Well, if they're really skinny, they need to slow bulk, but they could lean bulk. They don't have to gain fat. Like 150-pound skinny novice can lean bulk all the way up to 180 pounds. They don't have to gain any body fat. Are you considering getting? I'm not going to discuss any of my plans for what I'm going to do in the future with moves or anything else. Jason, what are your thoughts on people in law enforcement and so on who abuse their power? I'm sure I've seen. No, I haven't personally seen many cases of this. With Matthias's chest work, no, not always. No, not always. A lot of it, we rotate rep ranges around a little bit. No, I'm not a member of the Delray Misfits. What was your most recent home gym equipment purchase? I don't remember. The last thing I bought, it might have been the sissy squat, maybe, possibly. Salt and vinegar chips or Cheetos. What? Dude, I'm not eating any of that crap. All right. Can you give us your protein homemade Texas brownies? I don't understand. I don't cook brownies. So I don't have a recipe, dude. I haven't cooked brownies in 20 something years. Jason, I'm a fellow survivor and I appreciate you leading the charge and fighting the stigma. Hey man, you know what, dude? You got this. And here's what we need to always remember, Clarion. I love the term survivor. All right. I love the term survivor. What we are never are victims, Clarion. And I love that you use the words fellow survivor because I'm big on that term, right? We survived childhood abuse. We're not victims. We survived. It's a way more positive connotation. Jason, your thoughts on the law of attraction? People believe they can change your life by positive thinking. Yeah, I got all sorts of my little things all over the place, dude. Right. I have them all over my desk. All right. Trump economy booming. Now it's time to spend money and grow. Yeah. Do you prefer AK or I'm an AR guy? Any plans on doing a powerlifting meet? I have said when I do it, I will give no hints or announcements before I step on the platform again. It will be completely I just show up with no warning. I know you don't eat them. What's a better snack? Salt and vinegar chips or Cheetos? I guess why would you eat a nasty ass Cheeto? So I think that sums that up. No, I don't think Genova's trainable, dude. I don't think Genova's trainable. At least for me. I don't have the patience for that. I can admit that. Even if the price is right, man, I don't know if I'd have the patience. Okay. All right. Jason likes protein. No, I don't do any of that. Where are you guys getting this stuff? Not having patience, that's a bit harsh. It's not. Okay, Pepper. How's that harsh? And no one said it's his fault. That's a statement about me. I don't have the patience for that. I just don't. So, and that is what it is. I can be a patient person, but I have my limits. And it's in no way blaming him. It is what it is. All right. So, no, Grizzly, I did no such thing. I very clearly stated I went to a family Christmas gathering and put up some pictures of some of the food. That's it. It had nothing to do with protein. It had nothing to do with anything I cooked. It was a Christmas gathering I attended. All right. Special needs coaching requires a whole level. Yeah, there's a whole different level of coaching skill there. Wasn't like chips. I don't know it all. I didn't necessarily eat all of it, guys. Just because it was there at Christmas doesn't mean that I necessarily ate everything that was there. All right. All right. Okay. Have you had an autistic client before, Coach? Yes, I have. And it's not always easy in that case. I've actually had a couple, and it does require a different level of communication. You need to learn out. I am slowly getting leaner. All right, ribs or brisket? Brisket. Although I like ribs. That's kind of like asking, boobs or butt. You know, getting lean increases testosterone. Not necessarily. Not the leanness I'm at in number 2. I'm not producing testosterone. No, I'm getting rid of specific stuff, dude. It's not a hair trigger, Jim. Those were very specific. They were not a hair trigger at all. Coaching in the spectrum should be your stick. I bet. I don't find it that easy to coach people on the spectrum. I can do it, but it's not like I have a gift for it. That chicken, which chicken? I posted tons and tons of chicken. Because I don't care about the beef anymore. What? Did they really say that though, Bagel? That's insane. You shouldn't even be repeating something crazy like that. And I don't have a basement. All right. Do the testicles really shrivel up like raisins? I never had that happen. Fillet or ribeye? Fillet or ribeye? Do you really have to pick? Hey, Bagel, where specifically did he put it out? Get rid of this nonsense. Thunderlord, do the math yourself. I weigh 217. You can see my body composition. Do the math. I shouldn't need to answer that. No, I spoke out against Rich slapping Genova when it happened. I called it out at the time. The video is still up. I denounced him doing that. Jason, you have to pick. It's supposed to be, I don't know. All right. Well, Thunderlord, where would you estimate my body fat at? Assuming I'm leaner now than the last DEXA scan, because I am bigger, stronger, and leaner, and I was 17% then. So plug in the numbers and then compare that to the average person. This is not difficult. All right. If you're there, you have stepped in. I'm not necessarily trying to break everyone's fights up, guys. I remember you took Genova's back to show him from. He's got special needs. I'm not that worried about it. What era did bodybuilders become grotesque in your opinion? Probably at some point in the 90s. How would you get someone to punch harder? Weight room. I'm not going to improve their technique because that is for their fighting coach, but I'm going to get them stronger. Yeah, I mean, the beef with Jeff was over a decade ago. Like, this is kind of like, who cares? Right? There's no real beef. Sid was a one of BGs. He wasn't close. I don't know how we want to define that. Okay, so if you guess 12%, I'm 217. What's my lean mass? So you figure if you're saying I have about 25 pounds of body fat, you could even go higher. Hell, let's say I have 30 pounds of body fat. Let's take it up higher than that. That's 187 pounds of lean mass. Is Jeff? Yeah, Jeff is still doing. Is he still competing? I know he's still got stuff out there. He's got a social media presence. Yeah, Dale. I mean, obviously it's humiliating. You had a dude slap him, but Rich was a violent thug, right? Rich was a violent thug, and I called it back then. You know? Would you beat up NH? I'm not interested in fighting anybody. I don't know if beat up is the term after the things he pulled. I don't know if that's the term I would use, but I'm going to leave that alone. That's the truth, and Rich knew he made a mistake very quickly after that. That's why he did a whole thing to keep from getting charges pressed and being sued. He did a shout out for Genova and collab with him so that he wouldn't press charges or sue him, because that would have went real bad for Rich. That would have been really bad for Rich. Has CrossFit been a net good for humanity? I think it has been. Rich said Jason wouldn't be breathing if they weren't at the expo. Wow. Yeah, and I believe that. Like Rich was a violent person. He was, objectively speaking. Right? He couldn't control his temper. Jason also called, I predicted his death. I did accurately. Rich Pion said Genova fans made him fear for his life. Edward, my official legal stance, yes, my stalkers make me in fear of my life. That is my legal position. That is a legal statement, yes. All right. I don't remember anything with the Prophet Muscle guy and Rich. Hey, Edward, so that's always going to be the response you get. I want that to be documented. Never anything other words, never anything different uttered from my mouth. Consistent. Also remember, Rich, why don't you collab with others or your boost? A lot of people don't want to necessarily collab with me. It's that simple. They don't want to deal with the blowback. And it is that straightforward. Got it, Coach. Smart man. Yep. What's your boy Scott Herman up to? I have no idea. I haven't seen anything from him in years. Does melatonin make you wake up 3 hours later like it does me? No. Yeah, that sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. It's what it is, man. But by the way, we have client slots open, by the way. You guys notice all that? Also, a reminder while I have all of you in here, if you are not following me on the Facebook page, please go follow me there. Right? Follow me there and give me a like and go down the road and like all my stuff real quick, please, guys. I would appreciate that. So all of you go over, follow the Facebook page, give a brother some likes. I'm not going to really discuss my thoughts on Lane Norton at this point. Jason, your thoughts on static contraction training, which preached by John. God, that book was horrible. I bought a copy of that book. I'm not going to go into details on Trump's order with that, but I tend to agree with that. Marcinio, I happen to agree with that position in sports, at least. I'm not saying it has to carry over to other arguments like bathrooms or anything else. But for sports, yeah, I agree with that. Coach, what's up with NH and Cuppy today? I don't know. I haven't seen much out of them. I don't know that I have the best dating advice. I don't really run a dating advice channel. Get your deadlift up, and it'll impress her. Build a monstrous deadlift, bro. That's my best dating advice. All right. It's just colostrum, right? You got to collab with Will Tennyson. Does Will Tennyson want to collab with me? Yeah. John Little, he was always coming out with the shorter and shorter workouts. Haters don't seem to understand their comments, just putting out whatever. Deadlifts don't snap disc. My back has never been hurt on a deadlift. Pepper said, that's right. At least you'll know you're stronger if you got a big deadlift. You asked me for the advice, and I gave it to you. Coach, what decides a woman in the gym is into you? She'll come over and talk to you and give her number. Do the same as women, get a badonka-donk. That helps. Are hanging leg raises enough to build core, and what's the best frequency? I do a set every workout right now. And yeah, they can absolutely build your core. Using deadlifts as a mating call is all that's needed. There we go. Do chicks did that you are an internet celebrity? I think all the girls I know are fully aware of this. All right. How often do women in the gym? I don't hang out in gyms anymore. Pretty rarely. In other words, you're not going to be picking up many girls at the gym. Get over it. I am still getting leaner. I don't know what you're talking about. I am recompositioning. Is Will Tennyson natty or not? I don't know. What does he look like? Women in gyms seem there's a reason they're standoffish, because they got 57 dudes hitting on them nonstop. That's why it's hard to pick up women at the gym. They're automatically defensive. Ever got discounts and free meals? What? No. I don't think that's a thing. Opinions on Romanian deadlifts at this point. I mostly do instead of normal deads, kind of a whole lot more volume. I think it's a good exercise. I don't think it can replace the conventional deadlift, but it's a great exercise. I'm a fan of it. Does genitalia size? No, dude. Literally everyone pimped BioGrow except for me. They all did. They all made money on it. They all made money on it except me, and I called it out, and it turned out to still be a scam. And it turned out to be spiked with gear. How many one-night gym hookups have you had? What? Still getting leaner. I'm recompositioning science. Just watch. We'll keep recomping. Just wait. You haven't seen Will Tennyson? Not that I can think of, no. Jason, do you believe without the roids and whatever drugs Rich Piana may have? I don't know about that. I mean, keep in mind, how can you even tell what Rich's potential was? Even geared potential. But he had so much fake muscle with all the collagen and everything. There's no way to assess him at all. You can't assess him. There's no way to assess him. There was a ludicrous amount of collagen under his skin. I mean, so he was pretty much wearing a collagen suit, but under his skin, like a whole muscle suit. Thoughts on Dr. Mike Ridger tell saying optimal sleep is superior. I don't know about superior, but it's certainly useful. No, I'm not helping you write your essay. I always appreciate your answers, brother. I always call it straight down the line. I can see your man who probably can't stand fakes. Exactly. I'm at 217 science data. He was pretty much the super mutant from Fallout, all right? No, I'm not going to recommend sunning for tests, grizzly bear. Wrong with you people. I'm a coach. All this online stuff is my day job. Thunder Lord, you already know that. Is it all good? I don't have a problem with you citing me for your work. I can't stop you from doing it anyway. So, but it's perfectly fine, I suppose. All right. Jason, do you remember Vegan Games made a video, I believe, mocking Eddie Hall's son or something? Maybe. Have you heard NH is detained by ICE? No, I haven't heard that. You're saying I don't like? I don't know. I don't dislike Dave Palumbo. I'm just not really a fan. Like I don't dislike Dave, but I'm not a fan at the same time. I don't know. I could take him or leave him. I know Vegan Games has made fun of countless people. It's kind of his shtick. That's his thing. So, not a surprise. Are you sure he's only made fun of one bodybuilder that passed away? I'm sure he's made fun of 57 bodybuilders that passed away. That's right. Haters are going to hate anyways. You'll get the weight back down. Do you think Palumbo keeping snakes in drawers? What? That's the first I've heard of that. Yeah, that sounds kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for it, but the first mention of keeping snakes in drawers does sound kind of weird to me. I don't know a lot about snakes. So maybe it's not weird, but it sounds weird. How's that? I would move here personally. I think Texas is great. I've obviously had many pets over the years, grizzly. And I've raised livestock. How many years will Trent take off your life? That's not anything that you would be able to determine. Coach, my 2 cents, these were way more entertaining when the chat was a free-for-all, just feedback. Yeah, but they were getting on my nerves. There was a point I'm just like, I just didn't need that, all the trolling the way that it was. Any takes the Arnold this year, Coach Derek Lunsford? I don't know. I have no idea. All right. See what I mean? So it's not entertaining. Turk, it's just nonsense like that. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. We don't need it. What was the best pickup line you used but got rejected on by a female? Well, it's not a good pickup line. Do you know your body fat percentage? I don't know. I'm going to guess 13 or 14, maybe 14. Jason, many men have said over the years one can grow their member, they'll exercise. Yeah, I don't think so. I wanted to see what would happen, Joseph. It was just an experiment. I literally wanted to just see what would happen, but it got to where it was getting insane. It was just ridiculous. All right. No, it's just getting rid of the nonsense, guys. You guys are all posting. But look at what they were getting for engagements here. We're getting actual real questions. We had a lot of fitness stuff. Bagel, I have raised both cows and chickens in the past. What maybe start client blogs again? It works. When I did the most client blogs, I had so many client applications, I had to turn people away. Okay. I started the client blogs and all of a sudden I'm getting multiple client applications. I've already taken on 2 new clients. I've had another one paid for the consult. I have another pending application, all within a week of starting the blogs again. So it's good. It's good for outreach. It's good for business. When I was doing like 8 client blogs a week, I literally had 40 plus clients. Do you agree you shouldn't generally, if we're cutting slow? I mean, that's not always going to be true. There's going to be cases where if you lose very large amounts of weight, like my squat went down, but my deadlift and stuff didn't. But I lost, significant. I went from in the 240s all the way down to like 205. So that was a lot. But my squat is now coming back up pretty effectively off the muscle memory. Roby, happy. First watch, Jason doesn't care about views. No, I care about views. Yeah, Ruben, a lot of you encouraged, and you guys are definitely right. Hey, science. Yeah, oh, you're clearly just, let's roll here to argue. So let's get you out of here. I've already kind of figured out what you were. Oh, I'm sure you'll get your way back down. Yeah, get out of here. Does refined sugar contribute to a puppy face? Potentially, yeah. Grizzly Bear says, what might affect gains? Albert, I'm choosing to do only TRT right now. Just get script TRT at the moment. It's just what I'm choosing to do. Right? So we're just going to do that for health overall for a while. And I feel like because of old gains, my programming dialed in, I can still make gains on just regular TRT. Okay. Are you even capable of dropping 200 pounds? You already look, I mean, 200, I don't know if 200 would even be a good idea. I mean, in theory, but I mean, how lean are we really trying to get? I don't know if that's really conducive to my goals. All right. Jason, your thoughts on Greg Valentino? I did him quite a funny guy. Dude, he is funny. I mean, the whole site enhancement thing was out of control with him. But Greg is actually a funny guy. No, I don't want to bulk. I don't want to die. 190 on 217 right now. Bagel without dropping water. You know, 200 futures right at 200, I would be super solid. But going under 200. Banana Cream says, why? Because that's a good question, Banana. I think because it is more value in terms of attractiveness, right? In that community, they care a lot about being attractive and being sexy. And they realize, so whereas in most men are visual, women are less visual, dudes don't get quite as much out of having a great physique in terms of picking up partners. In that community, they're going to tend to get better partners out of it. So they go out of their way to look good. Not saying all of them, but just as a percentage compared to the general population. Are you motivated by love? Does it affect your gains? What? Yeah, 190 would be really low. I don't know if I'd want to go that low. I agree with future 200, I'd definitely be really lean. And to get to 10%, I don't need to be 200. I can be above that. So 200 would already be quite lean. Possibly almost too lean by what I want to do. I don't want to be contest lean. Why did you start client blogs again? Because I wanted to. See, I don't have to give you the answer, Kumar. I chose to do so. I thought it would be a good idea. And I thought it would be fun. And I was right. If you are in a sturdy relationship, does it increase your natural gains? No, I don't see why that would matter at all for your gains. What? Some guys get less gains because they train less hard. Sometimes when dudes are single, they push harder. So it depends on the person. I guess it really depends on your personality type, doesn't it? Banana, no, that's not what I stated at all. That's not that. No, that doesn't fit my logic at all. Many clients do not want to be posted. The majority of clients don't want to be posted on YouTube. All right. Let's get rid of the trolls. Yeah, Bagel, it could be a social experiment for you, Banana. I guess go try it out. Zio says you're literally bigger than Frank Zane and your haters. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know for sure that I am. I can probably edit the blogs myself. Banana says if I turn gay, I'm going to be being top as less gay. I don't know if it's less. Yeah, I don't think it works that way, dude. But I mean, that's your prerogative. It sounds like you're interested in trying it out. So I guess go give it a whirl, man. Bagel Man says, dip your toes in the water. Favorite quad builders, any sort of machine, probably after squats. Hack squat, bell squat, leg press. Jason, different question. Is it okay, brother? Does the past exist if you don't think about it? I think it does. Because even if you don't consciously think about it, your past affects all sorts of stuff in your body. It affects you on the cellular level, the hormonal level, right? You were affected by your own personal past. And objective reality still exists. Yeah, my subscribers are going up slowly every day, Kurt, a little bit. So we're coming up on 115. Like every day, I have at least a few more subscribers. Some days it's only 5 more, sometimes it's 20 more. But literally every 24 hours, I'm gaining subscribers lately for a couple months. Even with me banning people, it hasn't slowed that rate of growth. So yeah, the subscribers are going up. Frank Zane was in the 190s, I believe. I think he was like 185 at contest time. Is God a bodybuilder? I guess he would be. Hey, Kirk, I'm not going to tell you the exact number. You'll see when it happens. And then next he's going to ask me, why won't you tell me? What are you hiding? I need you to tell me. See, that's how these trolls are. They're obsessed. They have to know. They have to know. Why won't you tell me? They get obsessive. He's going to get upset. Watch. What are you trying to hide? You're hiding something. Why won't you tell me exactly, right? Good evening, Coach. What's up, CM? I don't really care, to be honest. Okay, sure you don't. Sure you don't really care. You care a lot with these questions you're asking. It's actually really, really important to you. It's actually probably more important to you than anything else going on in your life. Thoughts on Mike Minzer saying the underhand pull down is the best bicep builder? I'm going to flat disagree with that. Would you consider an almond Snickers bar a good source of protein? No. Why do you want to eat crap like that other than a cheat meal? Not something you should be eating regularly. So therefore, it's not a good source of protein. What's more important? The answer to your questions, your obsession with my stuff, Kirk, is clearly a very important thing in your life. There's almonds. Almonds themselves are not a good source of protein. Almonds are not a good source of protein. I have to say, Jason, if you don't mind, to me, you're one of the great fitness YouTubers of the last decade or so. Do you ever reflect on the journey it's been? Back in the day, you were Scooby, Nick, right, et cetera. Yeah, I reflect on it, right? I reflect on it. Banana cream wants to know if almonds affect your sexual orientation. Well, not that I'm aware of, no. That melancholy feeling, right? Aren't they? Almonds have 21 grams of protein per 100 grams, but it's a lower bioavailable protein, dude. It's a low bioavailable protein. Okay. So think in terms of bioavailability. Not that great. 21 grams of low bioavailable protein for what? 500 calories? Is that NH attacking? I don't know. Yeah, to be told it all day long. Are you currently greasing the groove on any lifts? Nope. I mean, the closest thing would be my hanging leg raises. I do one set on my 5 workouts right now. Coach banning the whole chat. No, just the trolls. Dale, Jason probably is the best. I haven't banned you and you're a troll, Kurt, but I'm letting you chill because you're behaving. You're being a reasonably friendly and behaved troll. Dale, Jason probably is the best YouTuber over the past decade. Consistent information, the best lifting advice. I appreciate that. Would you say almonds are good for calcium? Maybe. I would need to check. There are 5 people commenting now. Yeah, Kirk, you're keeping us tally, aren't you? There's been a lot of, that's why I had to do some banning. A lot of people talking about pedophile stuff and all that. They need to get out of here. Yeah. Thank you, Glorious is True. Big fan of Jason. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. With all the years of harassment, you ever considered leaving YouTube? I might one day, but not for a while. Definitely not in the foreseeable future. I don't think the harassment would end just because I leave YouTube. I mean, my main stalkers have pretty much said that won't put an end to them. They're like, even if you disappear off the internet, we're still going to find a way to harass you. So why would that help? Wouldn't do anything. All right. So, is there a point trying to hit 20 cents per body part? If everything is dialed in perfect, there could be a small amount of benefit. Edward, I can't repeat what they said would make them stop. It would be a terms of service violation. They could get my channel struck for even saying what it is. Yes, they've made it very, very clear what their end goal is. Right. All right, let's just get rid of Kurt. All right. Yeah, Marcy, I'm not going to fall under the pressure. I mean, people throwing everything possible at me to get me off the internet. Nick Wright trained hard and had good numbers. He was strong. Could you handle the boredom if you could? I don't know. Maybe. Mike Shane was a fool, but he was everywhere. He was everywhere. All right, guys, it's time to go ahead and wind this one down. We're at the hour and it's slow. So I'm going to wind it down, give you guys a bicep shot before we go. About Bicephalus. And I will talk to you next time.